Hello.
What can I do for you? The guards of Theramore are the finest group of Alliance soldiers based in Kalimdor. It is our duty to uphold the laws of the Alliance even so far away from our homes. It has been a struggle maintaining a presence in the marsh, but through strength of our resolve, we have been able to maintain several defensive watchtowers throughout the area. The latest information and scouting reports I have received indicate that a group of deserters has squatted in our abandoned tower at Lost Point, southeast of the inn. The deserters' leader is a man named Jackin. See if you can get some information out of him. Be warned, adventurer, he may be a tough nut to crack. Hey there. I'm working on a dish I call Mudrock Soup and Bugs. I still need the major ingredients and, well, I don't think I'd last long trudging through Dustwallow Marsh. So, adventurer, can you do some hunting for me? First, I need the tongues of mudrock turtles. You can find mudrocks along the coast, mostly around the bay. But I don't want just any tongues. I hear that the tongues of some mudrocks are forked. They say the forked tongues have a distinct flavor, and I want that flavor in my dish.
Here, Dordle.
A hero has fallen. A hero
Jaw
has
needs
fallen.
eyes. Fuckers so far away. This guy's hiding in the bush. Of course. Sweet, sweet, sweet nectarine. Thanks, bro. God, this weapon sucks ass. I can help it, I'll stay here. High-rise demise. Of course he gets the Taurus. Shiba. Don't like this. This quest hella ain't green. One head, please.
A hero has fallen.
That's scary. You will not be seeing me run Scarlet Monastery in this video. Yes, I know, very soon. about a Pico from those other guys stationing. That island is.
A hero has fallen.
Rip.
A hero has fallen. He just touched my boobie accidentally. Touched my boob. It was an accident, I swear I did not mean to do it. He just touched my breast and then it was a total accident. He just caressed it with his hand. Again, it was an accident, I swear. I'm a literal god.
hero has fallen. A hero has fallen.
Hello, Bobbit. I just need a new fucking weapon, dude.
A hero has fallen.
One's in Dust Swallow today.
A hero has fallen.
It's only 20 minutes. We beat this guy up the coast. I was literally just thinking in my head, I was like, I'm gonna kite this guy over to the other guy because there's no way, like, he's a yellow passive, like, he won't attack me, right? If I'm, and I'm like, thinking that's something I feel like I would have thought, like, when I first started playing, and then someone like Cody's like, no, they don't attack you, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't trust you. He's like, promise me, and I'm like, yeah, I should. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably right. And then bro just attacked me. nothing. That's a survivor quote. Don't remember when. Don't do this to me. That's what I thought. Freaking warlock. I'm competing with. Escort quest. I don't know about that, bro. Bro's literally AFK while his dude kills everything for him. Of that shit. Uh-oh. My god, he didn't aggro. think I really want to stick to the trail in this zone. Witch Hill. Okay, it's not that bad. It's just that the last time I was here, everything was red.
Eye juice is good juice for drinking. Too bad most critters only have 2 eyes, but spiders have lots of eyes, lots and lots, and dark mist eye juice is tasty, smooth, and salty. Unpopped spider eyes, I taste them already. Dark mist spiders are west of here, in the dark.
Hey Brando, what's going on? Rob Sesternino, very sad to see you go out of the game. How are you doing today?
Hey Rob, yeah, doing really well. It was great to watch my last episode with my parents on FaceTime. Sort of bringing it full circle to when we first started watching in 2010. So, that was a lot of fun. Had a blast when I was out there, and at least so far, the embrace from the internet has been really warm. So,
Okay,
I'm really grateful about that.
good to hear. Sounds like it was a good experience for you overall. Would love to talk a little bit about your boot, because I felt like that you were in a really good position at the original Bellow. Seemed like that you were in no danger whatsoever. Did you realize once the swap happened that you were in not such a great spot?
So, going into the swap, I didn't think it was like.
Hold on. I know you don't like listening to Survivor, Ian. "40 eyes. Why does it say this guy doesn't drop them? Better drop like 4, bro. You're not about to tell me it drops 1 or 2. I bet you that's exactly what it is. Oh wait, there's spiders. They have 8 eyes. They'll probably drop like 6. I'm just scared because I know there's like horde over here or something. Brackenwall Village.
A hero has fallen.
I'm only killing you because I'm scared of other things that are gonna kill me. Yeah, these are different spiders. I swore that other spider though. Dark Fang spider. It's dark. Oh, look at all these juicy spiders. And I do no fucking damage. No chance I'm going
It's
into that
ideal.
cave.
But we've heard about the twist that we didn't get to see, where Kendra got to go to Lulu Beach, and one of the things she came back with was she was really close with Emily. She spent a lot of time talking to Emily, and so when we got to that swap, I see Kendra, I see Emily. I'm like, great, you know what? We have the numbers. It doesn't really matter what happens. And
Doing
so
more
I
with
think
guaranteed
part
drop
of
rate
what
is kind of
I was
fun.
missing was I could have gunned for Emily to be on our side a little bit harder. I sort of went into the swap with that expectation, and I think I shot myself in the
Got
foot.
a 1, a 2, and a 3.
So I was comfortable, and
Okay.
you never want to be comfortable on Survivor.
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good idea what you did with the shot in the dark, but then we saw that information got relayed back to Emily. I mean, no, she didn't
Right.
initially believe Drew. It seemed like that she felt like, okay, well, this is a little sus if Brando is doing that. Can you just talk through that move with the
KK, be
shot
safe
in the
and
dark?
good luck.
Yeah, so we had heard from Emily
make
that she
sure
gave
not
up her
to.
shot in the dark at a different tribal. And so I saw it as a way to, show Drew that I trusted him, even though he didn't want to be in the Nerd Alliance. Sort of as a, maybe vote for Kendra instead of me. It was sort of getting his heat off of me and trying to extend that olive branch, if you will. And so I think, something that I would have done differently is, I have no reason to lie to Emily about that. Emily was sitting around at camp when Drew shut down that Nerds Alliance.
I love
so
that he's
I
in a
think she would have
gamer
understood
chair.
if I explained to her that I was lying to him. And that was a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
He's
When
got
he
an
shut down
Otani jersey.
your Nerd Alliance.
Yeah.
What was your reaction to that?
Oh my god, I was flabbergasted. I mean, who shuts down an alliance openly to someone's face, when you're potentially going to a tribal council soon? So that was something that, I was really taken back by, but he did, he apologized to me for that when I gave him my shot in the dark, stuff like that. And so I felt like it was sort of a gut reaction in that I could have swayed him away from it. And so even, going into tribal council, I was fully under the perception that it was going to be 3 votes for Drew and then 2 votes for Kendra. I didn't even think that my name was coming up. So, he did a really good job recovering from that moment.
Yeah. Had Emily given you assurances that she was definitely going to be with you and Kendra?
Yeah. Emily in some of that pregame press said that she's not a good liar, but I think that she would be surprised watching herself out there.
I saw that both Drew and Austin wrote Drew pizzas on your voting parchment. Why was the pizza emoji used to vote for you?
Oh yeah, so we were starving out there. Every night we're talking about food for like an hour before we go to bed. And pizza is always my go-to. I make my own pizza from scratch every week.
Wow.
I make the dough. Sometimes I make the sauce. I buy like special pepperoni from the East Coast. So, like I'm really into it. And so obviously that's something that's going to come up a lot on the beach when you're talking about food. And so that was something that they knew that I would appreciate at least seeing on there when I go home.
So in trying to court Emily over to your side, was there any sort of conversation about how at the original Bello, obviously Bruce was a member of your tribe, but was Emily concerned at all about working with you all from Bello, considering that Bruce was going to be part of that group when you got to the merge?
Right, there was. And so our big reassurance for her was, we had our Bando Babes Alliance, as we saw in episode 2. We had a group of 4 where Bruce probably would have been the first one out, had we gone to tribal council. And even in the last episode, we see, Bruce and Katura clashing with each other. And so there were reassurances put in place with Emily, like, hey, we will happily vote out Bruce and keep you around instead. But I don't think that was enough for her. Austin and Drew also did a really good job of conveying to us that they were in a really bad spot on Reba. And I think to Emily, it sort of felt like they were more desperate to have her than we were. And that was a big motivating factor for her.
Do you feel like, is there anything that you could have done differently that would have changed that outcome at the tribal council?
Well, there's something that I would have done differently maybe before tribal council. And that is, at the swap, when we get our buffs, I'm unwrapping mine, and it feels kind of weird, right? I'm like, this feels kind of stiff. I open it up and there's a piece of Survivor, parchment with writing on it sewn into the buff. So I'm like, oh my god, I can't be seen reading this. I rip it out, I shove it in my pocket. I'm so happy because I'm going back with some sort of an advantage. And when we get back to camp, I get pulled for a walk pretty quickly. And of course I ask, is this because of the advantage that I just got? And they ask if they can see it, so I pull it out of my pocket, I hand it over, never even glanced at it, never even took a look, and I never got to see it again. And so my gut feeling is that I could have either swapped my tribe with somebody else's, or maybe I could have swapped somebody on Reba and Lulu. But there's a chance that had I read that piece of parchment on the mat at the swap, I could have changed my own fate in the game.
Yeah. Would you have switched to another tribe if you could have?
I think if I was allowed to, I would have swapped either myself to Lulu, probably with, I don't know, I haven't thought about it too much. Maybe Katura, or I'm lying when I say I haven't thought about it too much. I don't know why I'm saying that. I've thought about it every day since I got voted out.
Yes, yes.
But I either would have swapped myself to Lulu, or if I had to swap other people, I probably would have swapped Drew with Kelly. So that we would have had stronger numbers.
Yeah. When Austin went on the journey and then he comes back, he tells the story of what happened. Did you think that story was sus at all?
Sus.
No, Austin's a really good liar. The thing that was the most suspicious to me wasn't that they had to, carry coconuts up some hill and that they failed. It was that they had sandwiches as an option, because in my mind, I was like, there was just fish as a reward at the immunity that we lost. The other two camps are going back to cook fish. Why would they also offer food at, the journey? And so that was the only part that was a little bit fishy to me. But the rest of it, I believe.
Going back to Bello at the beginning of the game, we never got to see that group go to Tribal Council. Do you get a sense of what would have happened had the Bello tribe went to Tribal Council?
Yeah, I think I was really well insulated. I think had we gone to Tribal, I had my buff bandos, or bando babies, whatever the alliance is called. I don't remember. I had that bond with Jake from Sweat vs. Savvy, and so I think Bruce would have been in a lot of trouble would we have gone to Tribal Council. Especially, we've seen how much Katura talks about Bruce. So that would have been a big motivating factor for him to go home. So, would we have lost that first challenge? There's a good chance that he would have lived a Francesca-esque fate.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We saw in the episode last night that Jake told his backstory about that he had gone through a weight loss journey, but you also had that in your background. Was that something that you two had bonded over?
Right, it was, and it was something that came up a few times at camp. But I would argue that his weight loss journey is a little bit more impressive than mine. So, it wasn't like a competition or anything like that, but it was something that we talked about a good amount.
Yeah. Do you have any other stories from the original Bello of what life was like at camp?
There was a lot of, something that I will say is that I wish I would have spent more time looking for the idol. Original Bello, the culture was a lot of stay around camp. If you're going to go for firewood, go with somebody else. There was a lot of don't go off by yourself. So part of the reason that, Kelly and I started to get a little bit nervous about Katura was because she was constantly missing from camp. She was constantly saying like, oh, I'll be right back. Then she'd be gone for 2 hours. And we'd be wondering what was going on. And so the culture at Bello was a lot of, don't do anything suspicious, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So then you stay at Bello, right, after the swap, and then Austin and Drew come in. They had already found the idol at their camp. Did you then start hunting for the idol after original Bello had broken up, or did you notice Austin and Drew looking for the idol at Bello?
So I never noticed them looking for it, but there was.
Stinky's escape. Don't really like. Escort quests. It doesn't mention anything in particular. feel like I actually have quested here. And retail. I will gladly let Stinky die. Kill you.
A hero has fallen.
He better take the path of least resistance that I just cleared for his ass. This quest is easy, just follow him. Oh, okay. Find hogbean leaves.
How are? Great, finally something that doesn't want to eat me. I need help handling the critters around here, and you fit the mold, lady. The cook Morgan Stern is researching a new recipe, and he sent me out here to gather bog bean leaves. I guess he thinks they're tasty. Anyway, while looking for a bog bean plant, I got myself surrounded. Can you help me out of here and watch my back as I look for the bog bean?
Better find your damn bogbane. Come on, Stinky. Now let's look for the...
Was a day that Kendra and I went out and we just looked everywhere that we could. I mean, Bello Beach is massive, and you know, there was no clear indicator that there was even something to look for. I think that's part of why we didn't, you know, I didn't find it, at least before the swap, is because part of what we talked about is like, you know, we saw how many idols there were in the last season. Maybe they're holding off a little bit. You know, we saw the perception of that before we went out there. So I think I should have spent more time, but at the swap, there were so many other things to do too, so many new relationships. We're so
Goddamn,
tired.
bro.
Day 10, all we did was sit around camp and talk because we were so exhausted. So I think I definitely should have spent more time doing that.
Yeah. We saw that you made overtures to get closer to Kendra in this episode.
Right.
Did that go down pretty much the way that we saw it in the episodes?
Yeah, I think so. You know, Kendra and I aren't super similar people. And so that was part of why I was nervous about being swapped as her being my only Bello member. We weren't that close at original Bello, but I think something that we bonded over was the fact that we were the only original Bello on the tribe, right? It's like that motivating push to be together. But at the same time, we did both throw each other under the bus at some point. So
Yeah. We saw that you tried to, have those conversations with Drew in when you offered the alliance to him, talking about Pokemon. But did you have much of a
Right.
relationship
A
with
hero
Austin?
has fallen.
yeah, so I had a pretty big bond with Austin over both being, Asian American men, the fact that we're both half Asian, and we had a little bit of an Asian alliance promise to each other that didn't come to fruition. But Austin was somebody
Mind your
that I would have
damn
been really
beans.
comfortable going further in the game with. I think he did a really good job socially of making me not target him for strength or anything like that.
There it is. It's right
Did
here.
everybody at Bello have a certain expectation about Emily from before you got to meet her?
Yeah, so before any of us met her, and before Kendra went on that episode 1 twist that we didn't get to see, everyone sort of had the perception that Emily wasn't the most pleasant to be around at camp. And so when I finally got to meet her, when she was finally at Bello Beach, I was shocked. I mean, we got to see Drew talk about it a little bit too, because I think Reba had the same perception. But maybe it's because she worked on her social game. But Emily was a lot of fun to have around camp. She's super nice, super friendly.
Don't worry,
we were
I've
grateful to
got
have her
it.
around. I don't think there was any world where she was at risk.
Do you have any other interesting stories that happened during your time on New Bello?
Oh my gosh. New Bello was a lot of just sitting around, to be honest, because we were so exhausted. I think the biggest thing was, day 10, that night, my last night on Survivor was downpour for maybe like 12 hours straight. It was the most miserable I had ever been on that beach. I was out there starving. I lost around 20 pounds throughout the whole thing in only
Oh my
11
God.
days. Yeah, and so, I was going through it before that tribal council. And hey, maybe that's why we lost that immunity challenge. We were pretty beat.
Have you been inundated with all sorts of messages from Pokemon fans around the world since the episode?
Oh my God, so many. I think I've had like around 200 people ask me if they could be friends with me on Pokemon Go. It's been wild. I can't believe that had such a big reception from the internet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, Brando, it didn't work out, but just think about the Pokemon friends you made along the way.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
You caught them all.
I did, and maybe in the future I'll catch a few more tribal councils. Who knows?
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to let people know?
I don't know. I think be kind to everybody that gets voted out eventually. Some people have been going through it
You
with
got
the
the
internet,
eyes, you
and
got the eyes.
at the end of the day,
Tasty,
nobody deserves
tasty
that.
spider
So
eyes.
it's
Some
all
eyes.
love on Survivor 45.
When you stare
Okay.
at them.
All
they
right.
stare
Well,
back.
Brando, really nice
have
to get to talk to you. I thought you were very fun on the show, and so hopefully we can keep in touch after all this is over. Even though I don't play that much Pokemon.
You know what? I'll let it slide. It was
right.
great talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Best of luck outside of Survivor.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and hopefully I get to try one of those homemade pizzas one day.
Yeah, someday. I'll come make one for you.
All right, I would love that. All right, Brando, you take care. Okay.
All right, you too.
All right.
Bye.
All right.
Hello and welcome to
and welcome
Talking
to Talkin'
Baseball. The
Baseball.
World
The World
Series is among us, and we're going to
us.
preview the series.
That was a bit sus.
Let's do it.
Sal Frank.
Hello and welcome to Talking.
Okay, I've got that.
Hello, citizen. This is a dangerous place to be wandering about. I wouldn't hang around too long if you value your life. If you keep your questions short, I'll see if I can help you. What? You come here accusing me of allying with the Defias and think I'll just stand here while you insult me? Something tells me help is coming for a long
It's Proudmoore. Oh my god, it's Jaina! Jaina!
Trying to think here.
Well met. Well met, adventurer. We must be brief because there is much to do. I assure you we're all quite upset about current events, but allow us to take him back to Theramore for some questioning, and we'll see about finding the king. I'm sure my lady Proudmoore would like to thank
Ding.
you for your help. Speak to her when you have a moment.
Well, let me be first to thank you for all you've done, adventurer. You
I
have
got
been an incredible
ring.
blessing to my people and the people of Stormwind. I'm sorry I couldn't make your acquaintance under better circumstances. Understand also that I cannot overtly thank you for your efforts, but I assure you again, it is appreciated. When you visit Theramore in the future, seek me out, and I shall try to keep you apprised of the situation. Thank you again.
Thanks,
adventurer.
hottie.
Baseball, the World Series preview episode. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. Code JohnBoy Postseason is going to hook you up there. 10% off any ticket, anywhere, any venue, as long as it's on their site or their app and you purchase it. You can use code JohnBoy Postseason for 10% off. Use it today, use it tomorrow, use it the next day. You use it, you get 10% off your ticket. Also, slowing down for anyone that might have been like, skip the ad. I already know. Slowing.
hero has
Thank you
fallen.
very much for tuning in. We appreciate you guys for joining us and appreciate everyone that hit subscribe in between last episode and this episode. We are 750 subscribers away from 100,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So we're going to need everyone whose name starts with the J, T, and D for us, for the four of us. You are bound, if you're listening, to subscribe. You have to. If your name doesn't start with a J, T, or a D, and you want to subscribe and help us out because you realize, oh shit, I've been listening a lot and I like them, but I haven't subscribed yet.
I just
You
realized
can.
I'm not subscribed.
You can. We're asking you, but you're not bound like the JTs. And D's out there who have to. So that's that. And now we will discuss the Diamondbacks versus Rangers World Series. First historical question. How many Texas Rangers do you think died due to Diamondback bite in the late 1800s?
Me or him?
That's kind of for everyone.
Comment below.
Hundreds.
Hundreds? I think one guy.
Yeah. I don't
Back
know, man.
in the day, everyone was just dying.
Do Diamondbacks
Like
bite
sleeping
you?
on the ground.
Like if a snake got you, it's over.
Are Diamondbacks deadly?
The
yes.
rain. Why don't you ask the Phillies?
Yes, they are.
Venomous bite
Hey, we
can
need
be
to
fatal
bind
humans.
people to more things. Like when someone's bound to something, we need more of that in this world.
You can start binding people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, guys. Diamondbacks are
Hey.
deadly, and there's 10 different types of rattlesnake in Texas. So I think
Oh.
Trev probably split the difference. Jake wins at 50.
Thank you.
Yep.
Jake, are you excited for the World Series?
And that's the
Anyone
World
wanna help
Series
me?
preview. James, Trev,
Wait, these are
Davis,
all
everyone
deserters and
joining
they're
us.
not attacking
Exciting
me.
times. Everyone had it. Ranger snakes. You know, I kept my snakes garb off for this episode. I want to be as neutral baseball commentary as I can be. Although
Curious to what you have to say.
Did Vime send you? Couldn't do his dirty work himself, could he? Wreath, that coward? We threw him out of camp because he insisted on raiding the supplies of the ogres up at Brackenwall Village. We're not so many in number that we could stand up to those mindless brutes. He crossed the line one too many times, so we left him to fend for himself. Now, I helped you out, so why don't you help us out and forget you bumped into us?
I'm scared to do this. quagmire. I don't like this, not one bit. Imagine if I was on foot, or it was nighttime. Halfway there. Whose house is this? I need to look up the Dustwallow Marsh lore. Dude, imagine crashing your Zeppelin in here, you'd be utterly fucked. Beasel's wreck. God damn it, Beazle. Not dismount me. Wonder if I can swim this. Probably not.
Oh, I am wearing my only piece of traditional Southwest garb as a top. So, you know, as much as I try, I can't hide that bias. How are you doing, Trevangelo?
There's -3
That is
strength,
just a
plus
brutal
3.
shirt.
Whoa!
7 stamina.
All
I
right.
just noticed it. Oh
Wow.
my goodness. Speaking of that,
Great
speaking of
shirt.
outfits, I'm gonna show you guys the hat
God,
I was
I've got a
going
long
to wear
ass way to go.
until I got made fun of. And they said I couldn't wear it because I look like I'm from London, or if I wear it like this, like I work on the shipyard. So,
You could wear that if you did the whole show while smoking a cigar. AJ Hawk style.
well, my lungs are a temple. I am excited about this matchup. I think it does lean itself to a bunch of different storylines.
Bro,
These
having
teams
Mount
play
is so
very
OP,
differently.
just run past everything.
I'm excited. I think most
hero
about,
has fallen.
and take a wild guess.
Rip.
You're not going to get it. I'll just tell you. The third starters. It's gonna be a very interesting World Series, and I'm down to talk about it. James, you look very nice in your John Boy Media garb.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the they have a fun name for this. The
Seafoam.
Seafoam Green John Boy Media shirt. So appreciate that. It is nice. I do like these shirts. The color, they're called colorful cotton or whatever.
Comfort colors.
Comfort colors, yeah.
Oh,
They're
that's a
nice.
much,
People
it's
died
a
of
much
spiders, bro.
better product than we used to have.
What are they
yes.
dying
I don't know if I could do them
to
in
on Paramore
summertime because they're kind of like a
docks?
nice, like thicker cotton. I would get sweaty, but I do like them a lot now that fall's around.
The thicker fabric, I think, hides the sweat a little better, though. So win and lose there.
You know what? One of my favorite early aspects of this World Series is
Here we go.
no difference in time off before a game on Friday. Obviously, the Rangers have one extra day. I don't think it serves them much better than the Diamondbacks. Both teams get to reset. So storylines about the rest and the rotation and all of this, like I very much said that I enjoyed that Game 7 was kind of a similar pitching matchup.
Is down.
And I enjoy that this World Series, now we're starting. Who will be the Game 1 starters? Do we have that info?
I would assume Zach Gallen.
And Monty, right?
And Monty pitched on his throw day.
And that's
so
been their number ones this whole time.
early leg up. Gallon didn't have to throw on his throw day, so Snakes advantage. Just mark that down.
I still
But
can't believe that.
that's nice, right? Like we get all that storyline and that
Gallen,
mess and that like
World
built-in
Series.
excuses for whatever team gets off to a bad
Probably
start.
told
It's
me to
done.
suck his balls
We're
for
even.
saying that.
You're chosen number one. Our chosen number one. We're going in order. Nice that it worked out that way.
I think that there is a chance that Uvalde starts game one. So either way, it's like a 1A, 1B situation there.
That would just be their
and-
choice.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
they're not like
exactly.
pigeonholed into that.
Yes.
Poor
Again,
old Shark.
I mean, I don't know if we're just straight getting into
That
the
is
pitching
scary
aspect
if
of
people
it, but if
fall
I
into
was
the
to
water
tell
and
you
get
that
poor old
I
sharks.
have more confidence in Brandon Falk than I do Max Scherzer, you would have called me, pretty crazy at the beginning of the season. But right now, I think that's kind of how it lines up, and that's, I think, a very interesting part of this series because you do have two really good starters on each team that both teams are very confident in. We'll let them, get a third time through the order most of the time. I really expect
Darkness
it in the World
Spinner.
Series. that We will see that.
So I didn't see any of those.
But then you have these third starters, and Brandon Falk
'Cause
coming into the postseason, even his
that
first start against the
sounds
Brewers,
like
not
something inside
someone
the
they really
cave.
had a lot of confidence in. And now the way he's throwing the ball, I look at him as a legitimate threat in this World Series, and I don't know if you can say the same thing about Max Scherzer. Although I will have his back till I die because of what he's done and what I know he can do in a one-game situation where the adrenaline is pumping. I think he's got a chance, but I lean Brandon Falk.
What can I do for you?
Mr. Ignatz was just here with the bog bean leaves, and he told me you helped him out of some real trouble. Thank you, adventurer. I will ask my uncle to treat you to a feast the next time you visit the Blue Recluse in Stormwind.
Safe travels.
These will do fine. Thank you, adventurer. Now I'll try different cooking techniques on these tongues to find the best way to bring out their flavor. Eventually, I'll have a dish worthy of serving at the Blue Recluse in Stormwind. Another component of my new recipe is the shelled leg of a giant crab, and the crabs they have in Dustwallow, muck shells they call them, just won't do. I'm afraid the only suitable crabs live far away, in the Swamp of Sorrows. The shell of the crab leg is a key element of the dish's presentation, so I need pristine, unscarred legs. An adult crab might only have
Don't
one
wanna go
or
to the
two
Swamp of
such legs, and
Sorrows,
I need
bro.
a lot in order to research my dish. So, adventurer, are you willing to travel?
No.
King's honor, friend. I will send Lieutenant Caldwell to deal with the deserters at Lost Point. In addition, I will instruct him to find Wreath. The marsh is not so big and trackless that he should be unable to find him.
What the hell is Kiesel doing here?
A hero has fallen.
Gonna go to Booty Bay and log.
Light, welcome to my inn, weary traveler. What can I do for you? Go with honor, friend.
Seems like it's gotta be a joke, right? Okay, 850. Sneaky J. Is that actual sneaky?
Greeting. These great beasts know paths that you can't find on
I'm gonna
foot.
stay
They'll get you there
here.
fast and maybe show you something new at the same time.
Sneaky is not streaming. 345. Seems like Hardcore Elite dropped the ball pretty hard. I looked for it and lead ups and was told 550. Then at 605 or so, I was told 630. Now I've missed it at 624. That's annoying and wasted time I could have played. I really appreciate the announcement above, but it sucks to spend half hour of my time trying to get it, then missing it anyways. Alright, so what does it want me to do? Run it. Set Hearthstone to lock mode Dawn. Oh my god, I get a weapon maybe here. Rydell's lucky pick, Cage's lucky pick, more like. I'm just gonna log here in case. So let's see. Buffs are at 850. But I might be playing by then already. So, alright. Bye.